You know what's not the worst pain? Finding out she cheated. The worst pain? Looking back at every night you held her close, every kiss you thought was real, every moment you felt safe, and realizing none of it was what you thought. You were sleeping next to a secret. And the scary part? She never had to say a word, because women don't confess. They reveal. And today, I'm breaking down 8 signs that expose a woman who just slept with someone else. Signs that are hiding in plain sight right now in front of you. Stay until sign 8. Because that one? She physically cannot fake it, no matter how good her poker face is. Before she says a single word, her body has already told you everything. You know her touch. You know how she leans into you after a long day. You know the warmth of her skin when it's reaching for yours. But then one day, that current just dies. You reach for her in bed and she goes stiff. You kiss her and she turns just slightly away. She says she's tired, but her body doesn't feel exhausted. It feels indifferent. And that's the difference that'll break you if you're not ready for it. Tiredness recovers after sleep. Indifference doesn't recover at all. Here's the cold reality most men run from. When a woman has been satisfied by someone else, she doesn't come back to you hungry. She comes back full. And when she's full, there's no room left for you. You can try harder, be more romantic, give more. But you're trying to light a fire that's already burned somewhere else. What to do? Don't chase. Don't beg. Don't push. Pull back. Watch what happens. A woman who still wants you will close the gap on her own. A woman who's given herself away, she'll let that silence grow until it swallows everything. She walks through your door smelling too fresh. New perfume, one you've never smelled before. A shower the moment she gets home. Clothes changed for no reason. Underwear swapped out like it's nothing. And you tell yourself, she just likes to feel clean. No, what you're watching is an erasure. She's not cleaning her body. She's scrubbing the evidence before you get close enough to notice. Her skin holds stories. Her hair remembers contact. Her clothes carry traces. So she washes it all away under lavender and hot water. And the irony? The harder she tries to erase it, the louder it becomes. Because this isn't a hygiene habit, it's a pattern. The key word is change, not cleanliness, change. If she never rushed to the bathroom after coming home before, but now she does it every time after unexplained absences, you don't need a lie detector. You need to trust your own nose. Pay attention to this one, because it's the sneakiest move in the playbook. She comes home, and you're already wrong. The dishes, your tone, the way you breathe. Everything you do becomes ammunition. And you think, why is she always on my case? Here's why. Guilt is heavy. And when it gets too heavy to carry, she doesn't confess it. She transfers it. If she can paint you as the bad guy, she doesn't have to feel like the betrayer. In her head, she rewrites the story. I didn't step out because I wanted to. I stepped out because he was boring, controlling, emotionally unavailable. That's projection, and it's razor sharp. What most men do wrong. They defend themselves. They argue. They explain. They try to use logic. Bro, you cannot logic your way out of someone else's guilt. The power move? Don't take the bait. Look her dead in the eye, calm as ice, and say, you don't need to start a fight to justify a decision you've already made. Then step back. Not because you're weak, because you see exactly what she's doing. And when you stop playing the role she wrote for you, her whole script collapses. You can rehearse words. You can manufacture expressions. You can even fake a smile. But you cannot fake your body. And you know her body. You know her rhythms. You know how she responds, or used to. So when something shifts, you don't need proof. You feel it. Maybe she's unusually tense. Maybe she's unusually relaxed, in a way that feels wrong. Maybe her responses are exaggerated, like she's performing. Or maybe they're just gone. A body that's been with another man carries an imprint. You may not be able to name it, but you'll feel it. The mistake men make? Overcompensating. They try harder, give more, Double down on effort, as if throwing more at the situation will fix what's already been taken. It won't. Here's what you do instead. Step back. Observe. Don't accuse, just notice how consistent the change is. Because ignoring what your instincts already know isn't strength. It's fear dressed up as patience. Hit that subscribe button. I drop content like this every week. Raw, real, no sugarcoating. The kind of stuff that most men need to hear, but nobody's saying out loud. You in? Good. Let's keep going. Because sign 5 is the one that'll mess with your head the most. Because it doesn't look like betrayal at all. Sometimes betrayal doesn't walk through the door cold. Sometimes it walks through the door with flowers. She's suddenly holding your hand again, kissing your cheek, cooking your favorite meal, whispering "I love you" with tears in her eyes. And your heart, your desperate, hopeful heart, says, "She's coming back to me." But she's not coming back to you. She's trying to come back to herself. That affection isn't desire. It's guilt wearing desire's clothes. She touches you to silence the voice in her head. She says sweet things to stop feeling like the person she just became. You're not receiving love. You're absorbing her shame. What most men do. They drop their guard. They breathe out. They stop observing. And that's the moment they lose all leverage. The power move. Ask yourself, does this affection show up consistently or only after unexplained absences? Does her touch feel like desire or obligation? Real love doesn't need theater. Real connection doesn't show up on a guilt schedule. If her warmth feels like an apology, you already know the difference. There's a difference between a body next to you and a soul with you. And once you've felt that difference, you can never unfeel it. She's there. Everything looks normal on the surface. But her eyes, empty. Her energy doesn't sync with yours. You can feel that she's somewhere else, replaying a memory that doesn't include you. That's not intimacy. That's a performance. And the brutal truth? A woman who's emotionally absent has already left. Her body just hasn't caught up yet. Pushing harder won't fix it. More effort won't close that gap. Because her fire isn't missing. It's burning somewhere else. Every extra ounce of effort you pour in just teaches her one thing. She doesn't have to give anything back. What to do? Stop chasing ghosts. Next time you sense that absence, don't cover it with more effort. Pause. Be honest with yourself. I'm not here to beg for presence. I'm here to recognize reality. That one shift in mindset changes everything. When a woman still chooses you, she finds her way back to you, even on busy days. But when her priority shifts, suddenly the clock turns against you, late again and again. And every excuse gets thinner. Work ran over, phone died, traffic was crazy. At first you accept it, because life gets messy. But when messy becomes a pattern, that's not life, that's a choice. And she's choosing by just not you. Here's what's really happening. Lateness is a test. She's not just running behind schedule, she's measuring how much you'll accept before you push back. Every time you swallow it silently, you teach her that your dignity has a flexible price. The move, not rage, not interrogation, just truth, delivered cold and clean. You keep not showing up, and that tells me everything I need to know. Then let the silence do the rest. Track the pattern, not the excuses, because patterns don't lie, even when she does. Here's the nail in the coffin, the one she cannot control. Stories are fragile things. You can rehearse them. You can polish them. You can repeat them until they sound convincing. But pressure breaks them. She comes home late. Words tumbling out too fast. Details that don't line up. Timelines that contradict each other. And her eyes? They don't hold yours anymore. They dart. They drop. They flicker. That's not anxiety. That's deception losing its footing. Most men make one critical mistake here. They demand airtight proof. But the truth doesn't always come with a receipt. It comes in inconsistencies. It comes in the gaps. It comes in the way her story quietly unravels under its own weight. The power move. Stop playing detective. You don't need a confession. You don't need to scream. You don't need to beg for clarity. You simply decide, I don't believe you, and I no longer need to. That's not accusation. That's a boundary. And the moment you stop chasing explanations from someone who thrives on your confusion, you take your power back. You've just walked through all 8 signs. And let me be straight with you. This isn't about turning you into a paranoid detective. This is about stopping you from betraying yourself. Because the most brutal betrayal in this story isn't what she did. It's what you chose to ignore. The signs were there. Your gut was screaming. But you called it stress, called it routine, called it just a phase. That's how good men get quietly destroyed. Not by lies, but by the truths they refuse to face. So here's your challenge. Pick one sign from today that hit close to home. Don't push it away. Face it. Is it something you can work through together? Or is it the end of the line? Either way, that decision belongs to you. Not to her stories, not to your fear, to you. If this video opened your eyes, share it with a man who needs to hear it. Drop a comment right now. Which sign hit you hardest? Your words might be the thing that wakes up another man before it's too late. Like, subscribe, and stay locked in, because the next video, it goes even deeper. You've already started taking your power back. Don't stop now.